Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Is anybody else on the screen? It's just you, right?
I just see me.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll make sure that nobody else is stuck. All right, we're good. All right, what's your name, baby?
Jen.
Jen, where you calling us from?
Las Vegas.
Ooh, are you Hispanic?
I am. I'm Puerto Rican. You almost caught me drinking my Malta. And I had to
Ah,
put it down. I was like,
look, I be knowing a little bit of Spanish. Como, okay, let me see. ¿Cómo estás?
muy bien.
Muy
Y
bien.
usted?
¿Dónde eres?
Estoy en Las Vegas.
¿Cómo te llamo?
Me llamo Jen. ¿Cómo tú te
Yeah.
llamas?
Kendra. Oh, yeah, yeah, child. I don't know, child. All right, we got that's all I know. I know those three words. All right, this is Jen in Las Vegas. How old are you?
I am 48.
You look good, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would not have thought you were 48. You look amazing.
Thank you.
You look good. All right, Jen, Las Vegas, 48. What do you do for a living?
I am an actress and a writer.
Actress and a writer. Okay. You have any kids?
I do, a daughter and grandson and one grandbaby on the way.
How old is your daughter?
She's 29.
29. Okay. When's your birthday or zodiac sign?
I am in December, Capricorn.
Capricorn. All right. This is Jen, Las Vegas, 48, an actress and a writer, has a 29-year-old daughter, and is a Capricorn. What kind of
Yes.
man you looking? What kind of man you desire, girl?
Oh, they're gonna get mad at me, Kendra. They're gonna get mad.
Why are they gonna get mad?
I want the sixes. I want over 6 feet, over 6 figures, 6 inches, over 6 inches. And I know people cringe when they hear those sixes, but that's what I want. That's what I want.
I mean, is that what you normally date? I think that's probably what you normally date.
It is what I normally date. It is what I
Yeah.
normally date. Yeah.
That's what I say. Listen, if it's in your world, and and I posted this, I should have saved it. Right. Shout out to Carlos Miller. Is that his name? He's a comedian. If it's in your worlds and it's in your environment, then it's not far-fetched. But if you're not around it on a regular basis, then it's probably going to be far-fetched. You got to figure out yourself how to get around it. I mean, there's obviously women that date those things. Those are but let me ask you this.
I like that. I like that. If it's in your world, that makes sense. If it's in your
Well, no, I mean, yeah, like what he said is that, and I gotta find the clip, and I wish I gotta get better with this because you can add videos as you're on live, but I really loved it. He said men date what's in front of them. It's like, okay, who's here? What's around? Those are our choices. Women, they make up a guy in their mind who they've never. Carlos Miller, yes, they make up a guy in their mind. I put it on my IG story, and they say they want all these things, and they've never met this man in their lifetime. So I am not against. Here's the deal: if it is this is why I talk so much about those men, because that is my world. My worlds is men of entertainment, men of money. That's what I've been living in 20 years. So if it's your world, it's your world, child. But you got to think about it. If it's not your world, here's the deal: two men that have all the qualities that you desire should be in your world, and one should at least be trying to pursue you. And that's how you know you're not reaching too hard for what you qualify for. I think that's a good assessment.
that's a very, very good assessment because then I'm overflowing. Then okay, I'm in the ballpark.
That means that means you're in the right pool, because what happens is this, and we're gonna go back to you, Jen, but we keep having this conversation like there's piss in the pool. No, there's just piss in the pool that you're in. There's several pools though. There's several pools. So like when women tell me certain things, like there's certain like I never even heard of a man asking for a woman for money, but that is a pool, right? So yes. What you gotta decide is, and this goes for men and guys, if you feel like there's piss in the pool that you're in, figure out a way to get out of that pool into a different pool. And that's how, and then there it is. So, but now, Jen, I'm gonna bring this to you. So you're around these men, right? You're around the men with all the sixes, right?
Yes.
So why haven't you settled down with any of those men?
I think because for a long time I've been like, I want to be single. I want to be single. I don't want anybody. I don't want to be single. So they pursue me, but I think now I'm known as she don't want anybody. She wants to be single. So I kind of like pushed everybody away because I'm in a business where it's like you have to boss up to work around these guys or you'll get nothing done. because everybody wants to date you. So now I feel like they feel like I'm standoffish, or I don't want to date, or I'm one of the guys. So now I'm stuck in that world.
So are the guys that now that once pursues you, they're not available?
They're available, but they see me a certain way, and I need to keep it that way for business. Like, I don't want to mix business and pleasure, because I like the network for business. You know, once you add romance and booty to that, it gets messy. Okay. Then there's kiss in the pool again.
Okay. Now listen, not saying that there's not no faithful men that have the 3 6s, right? I'm not saying that. But you do know, if you live in that world, there's a lot of non-faithful men that have the 3 6s, which is the 6 inches, the 6 figures, and the 6 feet. Is that a deal breaker for you? Do you want to be the one and only girl?
I want to be the one and only girl if we start talking commitment. If we're just dating, then it's like, do you, I do me, we're both busy. But if we're going to buckle down to commitment, then yeah, it's just going to be me, because it's just dangerous. Bodily fluids and, you know, I mean, scandals and screenshots. It just gets too messy at that point. So I would just like a guy to say, I'm not going to commit. I can't commit. I like dating other people. I don't mind men that like dating other people. Just let me know, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to move forward. I just don't like men that lie about it.
Okay. Are any of those 6s non-negotiable? Could he not have 6 inches? Could he not have 6 figures? Or could he not be 6 feet? Or he has to have all 3?
The 6 figures I'm lenient on, because, you know, people like saying 6 figures, but I'm lenient on just as long as you can pay for dates and trips without hurting. That's it. If you can pay for dinners and dates and trips without saying, hey, babe, we can't do that this week because I got to pay child support. You know what I mean? Just be financially stable, whatever that is for you. And then you can add a woman to it. I could be lenient. The 6 inches, I'm more about the stroke. Okay. you gotta have a good stroke. So it doesn't matter if you're 6, 8, or 10. If your stroke sucks, then it doesn't matter. The 6 feet, it's not easy. It's not hard to be taller than me. I'm only 5'4". So I do 5'9", 5'10". But, you know, ideally, I like tall men. My daddy was a tall man. You know what I mean? It's like, I come from tall men. So I like tall men, but I won't throw on the heels, and you could be 5'9".
Okay. So listen, now you did mention you're Puerto Rican.
Yes.
So is there a race preference?
I'm open, but I will say this: I've never in life dated a white guy. Okay. So I don't even know how I would communicate or get along with a white person. Never have I dated a white guy. They mostly been Black, Latin early in my dating life when I was young and a teenager. But I'm open. He could be Indian, he could be Asian, he could be Black, he could be I don't know about white. I don't think me and white would get along. Just putting it out there.
Shannon Tatum, though, isn't? I feel like Shannon Tatum is my white boy crush, child.
Don't get me wrong. I have white boy crushes, but I don't know if we'd be able to relate. I'd be afraid that later on down the line, it's just, you know, he's not going to know who Wu-Tang is, and it's going to be a problem.
Tom Brady know Wu-Tang, but I mean, I got you, girl. I got you. All right, so let's go to deal breakers. What's some deal breakers for you?
Okay, this one's really going to set people off. Like, this is really going to set people off. I am an atheist. I don't like religious men. So I know I knocked off like 99% of the men on the planet. I don't like religious men. I'm an atheist. And if he is going to be religious, I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm not going to convert. I don't want anything. So that's a deal breaker for me. Also, someone who's paying a lot of child support. Someone who has children still in the home. I don't have children in the home anymore. I need a guy who has his children off to college or off and married. I'm not anybody's stepmama. So those are deal breakers to me. I don't want to deal with it. I just don't want to do it. I love kids, but I don't want to deal with yours. I just don't.
She doesn't want to deal with yours. She does not. Okay. So atheist, have you always been an atheist?
No, not maybe 11 years ago is when I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. It's not making sense.
Curious. I'm just curious, what made you switch?
Just I started questioning a lot of things over and over again, and I visited different churches. This wasn't like, oh, I'm mad at God. No, I studied Jehovah's Witness, Scientology, Christianity, Baptist. I did a lot of different religions, and none of them were making sense. And I saw similarities, and I was like, I don't need this. I have self-determinism. I have morals. I have compassion. I can give love and receive love. I don't really need the crutch or like the hospital or church atmosphere of religion. And I was like, things just happen. There are good people and bad people. We're born, we live, we die. Religion just stopped making sense to me. And I was like, I don't want to keep subscribing to something that I don't believe in and that doesn't make sense to me. I don't like my mind being messed with. So I'm like, I don't believe this. Why am I here? I don't believe this. Why am I praying? I don't believe this. Why am I, So it was gradual. It happened. 10 years ago, I was religious. I was like, God, and let's pray. And Jesus said, and I was all in. And then after a while, I was just like, this doesn't make sense. So he can believe in his Jesus, the black one or the white one. I just don't want to hear it.
Ooh, I don't want to hear it. God, you haven't blessed the food when you eat then. He can even pray for you if he can even bless his food if he take you out to eat.
No. Listen, he can pray for me because I just see prayer when somebody says, I'm gonna pray for you or God bless you. I see that as good vibes. I see that as good intention. So I'm not this type of person that's gonna be like, don't pray in this house and the hell with your God. I'm not like that. I accept people as they are. So when people say God bless you, or when people say I'll pray for you, I don't correct them because they're just wishing me well. So I'm not one of those atheists that's like, you better not talk about God. No, you're wishing me well. If you say God bless you, if you say I'm gonna pray for you, Jen, I'll be like, thank you. You know what I mean? I don't believe in it that way, but I'll say thank you because it's good intentions. I take good vibes. From everybody.
But could he bless could he pray for the food if you guys are eating?
Yes. Okay. If that's what he does and that's his thing, yes. I'm not that type of atheist that's going to be like, you're making me uncomfortable. No, if that brings you solace, if that's your thing, do that. Just don't try to convert me because then you're messing with my reality in my mind. And I'm not trying to convert you to atheism. So you can pray, have at it on your knees, Muslim, rugs, whatever you like. But I'm not going to partake.
Okay. So Jen, you kind of mentioned it when you said 6 feet, but any other appearance requirements?
Someone who cares about his appearance. I can't tell you how many grown men are walking around with dirty fingernails. So someone who cares about his appearance and his health. He doesn't have to be, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Or Flex Wheeler, but care about what you look like. Care that you have a gut, right? I don't have a gut. I have a 6-pack. I work out. You know what I mean? So I don't want any more fixer-uppers. I don't want guys that I have to encourage to work out. I don't want guys that I have to encourage to clean their fingernails. I don't want a guy that I have to encourage to brush his teeth. You know what I mean? I don't want any those. That's a huge deal breaker for me. No more fixer-uppers. No mas. No timeout. I'm not fixing anybody at this point. I'm done.
Okay. You're not fixing anybody up. Okay. No. And you mentioned it also too when you said 6 figures. So does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Like I said before, just enough so that he's stable and never hurting when he wants to do something for me. That's it. So whatever that tax bracket is, if I can say, hey, I want to go to Hawaii next month, I don't want him to be like, oh, but I got to pay child support. Like, yeah.
Have you had that? Because you mentioned that twice. Did you deal with a guy that had a lot of time?
Yes. There are a lot of men with a lot of babies that are paying a lot of child support and their new relationships suffer. That's why I empathize with men, the court system and the whole child support, because it does hurt future relationships. I've been turned off by men and I've left men alone that were paying too much child support, straight up. Like,
it's hard. But my only thing to that is, why do you sympathize with the men? They created those babies.
Well, I sympathize because sometimes the money that they're taking from them is more than a child needs.
But if they would have settled down with that woman, they wouldn't have to pay child support at all.
That's true. That's true.
But let me tell you something. I don't sympathize with men and child support because you were out here creating these children, and for whatever reason, you decided not to be with that woman. And not saying that this is her fault, whose fault, who knows? All I know is this child was created and the parents aren't together. So yes, and then maybe if more men are responsible with paying child support, they won't be out here just keeping having babies. I know a lot of men, because of child support, it made them more responsible. Like, I can't have 5 kids because I got this one kid. So I don't sympathize with the men, because you sat there and you got that woman pregnant. You didn't marry her. You didn't settle down with her. So yes, you're gonna pay child support.
So I agree with you. I believe in child support. My thing is, go finish doing that. Raise your kids, use your money that way. I think men want to add a woman to a budget and they can't afford it. So pay your child support. But I know a lot of men are paying a lot of child support and they're barely living. So that's what I'm talking about. But I believe
I get it. No, I understand. I mean, I totally get it. And I understand that dynamic too. I just don't be sympathizing with them, child. But we're gonna keep going. I got you, Jen, though. All right. So all right, when was your last relationship?
Going on a year now. Going on a year.
Oh, okay. You broke up a year ago. You don't got to answer this question, but when was the last time you was intimate with a guy?
November 8th or 9th of last year.
Okay. Oh, you remember the date, child. When's your birthday? I didn't get to, oh, you're a Capricorn.
It was after the Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. I remember.
Okay. So I remember. Jen, do you want the guy to be in Las Vegas?
That would be ideal, unless he can afford to fly around, again, without it breaking his pockets. If you want to be somewhere else and you're going to fly to me, or I'm going to fly to you, then fine. But ideally, he'd be out here. But if not, if you can fly.
Okay. All right. So this is Jen in Las Vegas, 48. What's the age range you want to date?
I'm on my old stuff now. He got 40 is the minimum, right? 40, because it's hard to get a serious man, and you got a better chance if he's in his 40s. I say 40 and older.
Okay, no cap.
Oh yeah, there's a cap. I don't want no ED in my life. So I 40, 60. If 40, he looks good.
If he looks good?
Yeah, he got to look good. He got to be like one of them 60-year-olds that's still in the gym and cares about his fingernails and his teeth and his stomach, and 40, 60.
Okay. Does he have to be in Vegas?
No.
Okay. You kind of answered this earlier too, but I'm going to just ask it directly. Why do you think you're single?
Because I've been pushing people away. I've also been wanting to work on myself and my finances and make sure I'm good. So I stopped dating. I was like, let me give myself a break. Also, I wanted to have a break in between my relationship. I didn't want to monkey bar into another situation, knowing I was fresh out of, the ex. So I gave myself a break, you know what I mean? But now, I'm looking around, I'm seeing people dating and hanging out, and I'm like, I want to go to dinner. I want my white wine. And you know what I mean? I want to start, having conversations. And, those first couple weeks and months are amazing. Your heart beats when they call. Like, I'm missing that. So I'm ready.
You're ready. All right, Jen, why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because, okay, this may bring me back, but I'm an advocate for submission. I'm a very submissive woman. I'm a very subservient woman.
I would never get that. Not as an insult, but you seem very take charge to me. Very.
I am very, very take charge. So that's why I have to throw out the disclaimer. He has to be stronger than me. He has to be more driven than me. I'd even take smarter than me. He has to be an intellectual. I'm not just going to submit to anybody because I have a very strong personality. So he has to come with it. I don't mind submitting, but you have to be the boss. You have to come in as a boss, and I will submit. I'll throw on the apron and, do the eggs and the grits and all of that. But you have to be about it. Too many men want submission and they don't qualify. So that's my disclaimer. I'm very submissive, but you got to be a boss. Don't even hit me up if you're, if you like, oh, I want a girl to go 50-50 with me. Don't slide in my DMs. Don't do it. Don't do it.
We listen, Jen. You know what you want. I ain't mad at it. Okay, let's get into it. This is Jen in Las Vegas, 48, who everybody agrees looks absolutely amazing. 40 to 60, she's an actress. 40 to 60 is what she would date. She's an actress and a writer. She's a daughter that's 29 and is a Capricorn. How you want them to reach out to you?
They can hit me on the block with Jen on Instagram.
So how do you spell that?
That's right here on the block with Jen.
So it's literally how it said, on the block with Jen. So ONTHEBLOCK WITH
On the block with Jen on Instagram. And don't get crazy. Be nice. Don't, because some guys, don't send me no penis pics. Don't, just be decent. Say hello.
Well, you say you want 6 inches, girl. They gonna prove it to you that what they coming with.
No.
Okay, also she is an atheist. She doesn't mind if you have a religion, but don't push it on her. Her preference is the 3 6s, and that's 6 inches, 6 feet in height, and more than 6 figures. You got to be a boss. She could be submissive, but you got to be stronger than her. She's not going to downplay herself for you, which I understand. All right, Jen, I enjoyed talking to you. Oh, but grab a lot of child support payments because she ain't here for that. You got to be able to take her out.
I'm not. Raise your babies. I'm not.
Raise your babies, honey. All right, boo. Keep me posted how it goes, Jen. On the block with Jen on Instagram.
All right. Thank you. Bye, Kendra.